So Roblox is being sued, and because of this lawsuit, all Roblox players, including you, might be getting some free Robux. So let me explain. So there's this TikTok going around about a Roblox class action lawsuit from this lawyer here. This lawyer goes by the lawyer Angela. She's an actual lawyer. She went to Harvard Law School, and the other day she made a TikTok talking about a Roblox class action lawsuit. Now, I'm not going to watch through the entire TikTok here because she's a lawyer and I don't want her to sue me because she's definitely smart enough to do that. Please don't sue me. But in this lawsuit, she talks about two things. Number one, she says that the lawsuit's main premise is that Roblox never told us how much they rely on child exploitation and labor. And then right after that, she says, wait for it, allegedly. She puts that allegedly in there, and that's how you know she's a lawyer. Now, this story got so big that some news outlets are even reporting on it. Cron 4 here, which according to Google is actually a San Francisco local news weather station, they wrote an article talking about this lawsuit. And in fact, here is the legal documents of said lawsuit. Now, I'm not going to go through the entire legal document because I'm too stupid to understand and read all of this, but it can basically be summed up by this here. Tina Bullock, who is one of the leading attorneys representing the lawsuit, told Cron 4 on Wednesday, on behalf of all families impacted by video game addiction and Roblox's exploitation of children, we look forward to uncovering the full truth, holding Roblox accountable for the harm they're causing, and ensuring changes are made to protect children going forward. Child exploitation. Now, what do they mean by that exactly? Now, lawyer Angela explains it pretty well, but I'll give you a quick recap here. Essentially, the majority of Roblox users are children, right? And since the majority of Roblox is user-generated content, users, like you guys, make the games. Users, like you guys, make the content, the avatar items. Well, that means that children are essentially working. If the majority of Roblox is user-generated content and the majority of users are children, well, that means that children are making the user-generated content. And the question here is, does that count as child exploitation? Because if you don't know, it is illegal in the United States for children to have a job. You cannot have a job or work as a child. And the reason for that is because a long time ago, we used to do this thing where we put kids into coal mines, and then one day we decided that's not really a good idea. So we're gonna stop doing that. And so now if you're a child, you legally cannot have a job. Now, this lawsuit and the lawyer implies that making a Roblox game or making user-generated content on Roblox kind of counts as having a job. It counts as working. It is a child giving their labor to make something, to create something. Now, I want to ask you guys real quick too. Do you guys think that creating a Roblox game or a shirt or pants on the catalog counts as child labor? Personally, I would say no. Yes, it is true. Any kid can make a Roblox game. Any kid can make Roblox clothing, but no one is forcing kids to do this. The majority of kids who make Roblox games or clothing or whatever, they're doing it because they find it fun. In fact, I used to do it all the time as a kid myself. My friends and I, we'd come home from school, we would make Minecraft custom maps, Minecraft texture packs, Minecraft mods. Now, I didn't really ever make any money off of it. Every now and then I made a few dollars, and it's essentially the same thing with Roblox games. If little Timmy and Johnny come home from school and they're working on a little Roblox hobby, that doesn't count as child labor? Does it? When I was 13, 14 years old, a kid, I started uploading YouTube videos. Why? Because I found it fun. It was exciting. It was a great time. And fortunately for me, here we are 10 years later. It's not only my job, but I'm 27 years old. I have a house. I have a fiance. Life is great. Was I participating in child labor? Was I being exploited because I made YouTube videos as a 13-year-old? I mean, I don't think so. If a kid comes home from school and they make a Roblox game, they're not being exploited. And if you say they are, well, what's the alternative? Should kids not be allowed to make YouTube videos? Should kids not be allowed to make Roblox games? Now, I personally don't have a kid yet, but if I did have a kid and they wanted to make a Roblox game, great. Go for it. Worst case scenario, they learn some programming skills, which is a great skill to have in today's world, especially with the threat of looming artificial intelligence. Best case scenario, their game gets popular and they make a few $100s. And if my kid came up to me and was like, hey, Dad, guess what? I made a few $100s playing Roblox. I'd be like, great. That's awesome. Keep up the good work, son. I'm proud of you. Is that child labor? Am I going to get arrested for saying that? Is that illegal? I mean, I don't think so. Whenever I showed my mom my YouTube paycheck, she didn't say, oh, gosh, don't do that anymore. She said, wow, you made $1,000? That's crazy. Keep doing that. That's great. That's how you're going to pay for college right there. Keep going, son. I'm super proud of you. Am I crazy? I don't know if I'm crazy. Please tell me. Am I crazy? No, that's just the first part of the lawsuit, right? The second part of the lawsuit claims that whenever you convert your Robux to US dollars, real money, Roblox takes an extremely large cut. She actually says right here, Roblox takes a huge cut, and I'll quickly explain what they mean. So if I went to the store and I wanted to buy 100,000 Robux, it would cost me about $1,250, about $1,250. But if I go on Roblox and I try to DevX my Robux, if I try to cash out my Robux and turn it into real money, I'm going to get $105 for 30,000 Robux. Or if you do the math, basically like $340 for 100,000, which means if I buy Robux in store, 100,000 Robux is going to cost me $1,250. If I try and cash out 100,000 Robux though, I'm going to get about $340.